Okay, so we'll just sit that here for a second. We're going to go into my room and have a little bit of a look at these two new birds that we've got. But first, I just want to have a look at a couple of things in here. I think some of you guys are going to be really interesting. Well, it's going to be pretty interesting about these two birds anyway. Two very different projects, but it's going to be pretty exciting. So let's get in, have a look at them shortly. Okay, so this is the hen that I call Best Hen. I don't know if that's the most suiting name for it, but yeah, it'll do for now. We could call her Bestie or something like that, I think, probably. But she's hanging around that nest, and I'm hoping it is Friday today that she probably will lay some eggs shortly. I'm hoping, you know, maybe tonight or just over the weekend. Once these eggs are done, we're going to float them out, and then we'll leave 83 here to raise these two little chicks up, which will be next week sometime. Hopefully, we're just trying to get this sort of, you know, working as well as we possibly can. This is kind of the project that we're trying to line up for our one loft entry for Pattaya in Thailand. So hopefully this hen, she might drop these an egg tonight. We'll just see. We'll follow it over the next few days in the videos anyway. This is kind of our main focus, is to get these two eggs out of this hen. It wasn't planned like that. Basically, we had this opportunity to have a look at, get the cockbird that we've got. We're going to have a look at later in the video at this fellow that we've got to pair up with this hen. He is much older. She's only a young hen. That's why, you know, she's sort of cycled again, because this opportunity came up and I was like, you know, we need to do it. This is a really good opportunity for us, and Adam and myself are going to go, you know, kind of halves in an entry. Basically, that's how it works. So we're going to go a bit of a, you know, one bird, me and him in Pattaya. So basically all we need to do now is to get this hen laying, finished out those eggs basically, and then what we'll do is, it works out that little Storm, which she's not in here at the moment, but the cock, she's with us here. She dropped an egg yesterday. It was a bit of a funny shape actually, like the one the other day. So what I did is I just pulled the one out from one of the pairs over there that we're going to throw out as well, and just sitting it under this one for the moment, and then we'll slide in those two eggs in under here, because they're going to be a couple of days apart, which is perfectly fine. And we do have other options anyway. We've got other hens going down shortly, so I just want to, we don't need to foster them, but if I can get two more babies out like this, I'm going to be pretty happy, because these ones we're going to utilize pretty well. So these are 83 cross Best Hen, which will be the same ones we'll float in under this pair. And then this little hen here, it's a little bit dirty because I haven't had a chance to get in here yet, because we've had a very big mission this afternoon to get this bird. But we will sort of, you know, get this hen laying if she can get these eggs out. All right. Seeing as it's really windy and really hot, we're going to do it in this office that I've sort of built up here. We'll have a look at it in a minute anyway. It's kind of, I set this up so that we can do more editing. You can see my desk there, but let's just get this little guy out first, so we can get the first one out, and I'll leave the more exciting one until later. But this one is from Adam as well. Zip that up. Let's get in a bit closer here. So he is 2020, and he's race 2. He's a pretty big boy, but I'm sure we can reduce the size of these birds a little bit. But he's actually split for barless. It's really hard to see, but he will be paired up with my barless hen, and he's molting at the moment as well, dropping a couple of flights there. But yeah, he's good. I think we'll be perfectly fine. He's got feathers coming off him everywhere. But I think once we finish molting, then we can probably look at pairing him up with the hen. But he's not a bad bird. And I think his brother was a clock bird as well, so his brother's a split barless. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with him. Just need to settle him in and get him paired up pretty quickly. I was just checking out his nose here. He's been fighting. So the other guy in here is really old, but he's the boss. These two, I picked them up at the airport today, and they were fighting. So the old boy was giving this one a bit of a touch up, which is really good to see. Is the one that we've been waiting for. Come here. So he's an old boy, but he still feels and he still raises babies. I probably won't let him raise babies here. I might actually just let him, we might just float the eggs out, foster those babies out, so we're not sort of taking putting too much pressure on him. But this guy's 2012 and he's still, as Adam said, that he actually raised babies this year. I think he was using them as a feeder bird or something, so he's definitely got it in him, but we'll most likely just foster some of those eggs out. And like I said, it's really hot today, so I don't even have aircon in here yet. But look at this boy. And we thought that Storm's father was a bit of a stunner. This guy, he is a very beautiful bird. He's old as well. You can see that big comb, see, whatever you want to call it, but very beautiful pigeon. And I'll give him a week and we'll probably condition up really, really well, because he's been on the aeroplane for quite a while. So it's this is another one from Adam. So both these birds turned up today, and it was a bit of a mission. It took me like an hour to get there. I had to wait around for an hour and a half for these guys to finally get off the aeroplane, and it took me an hour to get home, because actually it might have been a bit longer because the traffic was ridiculous. But for a bird of this age, he's really, really well conditioned, and I think that we're going to produce a few nice babies off it. So this guy is very strong, and we'll bring him around here so we can get a better look at him. But we're going to pair him up with the best hen, and we're going to enter the babies from this big guy. He's not massive anyway, but he's just really strong, into Pattaya. Like I said, he still fills those eggs, so I'm pretty interested to see how those babies do. Just having a really good look at him. I haven't had too much of a look at him because I kind of got home and had him sitting in a box for a while by himself in a little separate breeding pen with food and water and stuff like that, because obviously it's a big trip, and for him it's a little bit more of a mission because of his age, but it doesn't really seem to bother him too much. I'm not going to go into what the breeding of this thing is, but to get to this age, it's definitely a good bird. But I don't want to go into the breeding of it yet. It's if we do well in Pattaya, then you guys will see what breeding's in it. If not, then it's going to remain a mystery. But you'll see. I don't want to go too much into it, but just look at that. We may as time goes on, but I want to keep it pretty much under wraps for the time being. A little bit of mystery, but fingers crossed this guy will give us some babies. And what we'll do is we'll try and settle him down over the next week, put him into quarantine, so he's going to go into a bit of isolation for a bit, and then what we'll do is we'll slowly introduce him to the hen, which is the one we've seen first at the very beginning of the video. And then hopefully by then they get to know each other, and then 2, 3, 4 weeks time, hopefully we'll have them down on some eggs. But poor big fella's a bit tired, and you can see he's got all the pink mineral powder over his beak because he's been having a good old time with all that in there. But it was a bit of a rough. The airplane's always a rough trip for them. They don't enjoy that much, and it takes them a little while to sort of get over it. But we'll put him down, and I'll put him back in his box. And we'll check on him from time to time, and this is the main thing we're focused on now, is getting a few babies out of him. We might give him a couple of different hens, maybe, I don't know, maybe put him with Storm or something, or we'll see just how things go. Maybe he doesn't want to perform for us, but he seems pretty excited when he sees other pigeons, so I have high hopes that this fella is going to do some damage. And we will get at least one of these babies entered into Pattaya, and that's what Adam and I are going in together for an entry. And it'd be interesting to see how that turns out. So if you haven't followed Adam's channel, make sure you head over to Adam Archer Pigeons and sign up to that one. Just subscribe to it and watch. So I'll see how this fella goes for us. But this is where I want to do some more content in the future. I've kind of set it up for that. It's kind of, a bit of a project in the making at the moment, but it'd be nice to set up a bit of a podcasting area. I've got all the soundproofing roof and stuff like that, but I've got a lot of work to go, so I don't expect too much. And we'll see how we go. It'd be nice to do some really long podcasts with some flyers all over the world, but at this point in time, you know, still a bit of a work in process sort of thing. And also I've got that out here as well, which I'm going to put on the wall, which would be pretty cool. But you know, just haven't really got around to it, and we need to get some aircon in here too because it's really hot. All right, let's get a bit of water in there for you guys. So tomorrow we'll get in here, do a lot more work. I want to come in here first thing in the morning, get everything clean out, and I will go through you guys, do a whole new video and update on every single little thing that's going on, because there is a lot going on and I'm trying to capture it all and explain it as best I possibly can. So realistically at the moment, you know, if you want, with that old cock bird you was just looking at, see if you can guess what kind of line that is. I'm not going to tell you, it's top secret. Keep a little bit of suspense in there, but it is one of the best one loft performing families in the international one lofts. Not really used too much here, but see if you can figure it out. We are combining probably the two best one loft families into one bird for our entry, and I was saying to Adam, if we're going to have a shot, we might as well have the very best shot we can at doing some kind of damage when we enter Pattaya. But who knows, it's kind of like winging it at the moment, but you know, first chance, you just got to give it a good shot, don't you? So tomorrow we'll go through, hopefully fly all these birds. So these guys in one video, the one before yesterday, you've seen those get chased by the falcons. Yesterday these guys are out, the falcons are right onto them, and the falcon hung around for about half an hour, which I've never seen before. So we'll see tomorrow. I'll get them back out again tomorrow in the afternoon, and we'll just see what happens. This is the time of the year that gets really, really hard. Where it's really hot, we get very small window to fly the birds, and at the moment it seems like the falcons are back, which they were last year, and they make life really difficult because we're dealing with the heat. The molt is coming out or starting for some of these birds, and then we've got the falcons which just hammer us and really make life hard. That's why yeah, it's really hard. That's why I've spoken in other videos that I kind of want to look at trying to, if I'm going to race locally the year after this one, I definitely want older birds, because these young ones, it's just really hard to get them working with the falcon, the heat and everything. So I will be aiming for some older birds, which is really good to see. But saying that, next year, hey, where you going, buddy? That's our friendly little blue bar. Next year we'll be doing a lot more focusing on the one lofts in Australia. I'll try and get a team to each. But that's what kind of why we brought a lot of these birds in as well, because they are one loft performing birds, and hopefully these will get to a point where we can breed off them as well. And we are going to have a big clean out as well, so you know, get rid of a lot of birds that I've had for so many years and they've done nothing sort of come out of it. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's some big changes coming. I do want to do a lot more, you know, not a lot more, but a little bit more in the colour breeding. We've got a little bit of barless action going on over here. We just brought in the barless split cock, which we can pair up to that hen, which will give us 50% barless birds out of every round that we do. And I do want to try and get these grizzles and tiger grizzles working more as well. I'd like to see a larger number of them in the flock, because I'd love to win a race with a tiger grizzle, or a barless. That's a really good aim for us, just a local race. Where are you going? You're a little character, I tell you. This is the special hen's half sister. So yeah, there's a lot going on, so I'm just trying to keep you guys updated as much as possible. You're very friendly. What's wrong? Where do you want to go? Anyway, we have to sign off. I'll see you guys in the next video. It'll be tomorrow, so get ready. See you later.